Hey all, this is Dave, and today's big hairy idea is the power of knowing who you are. So it's getting kind of late here in Jerusalem, and I hadn't yet filmed today. And one of the reasons is I wasn't sure what to film about. So I said to my son, I need to film, but I don't know what to film about. So he's like, well, I think if by this hour you don't know what to film about, then I should have the right to just throw out any random topic, and you should have to film on that. So today's topic is the Spanish Inquisition. Discuss. So I'm like, okay, I can roll with that. That sounds like a good challenge. Have to take a topic and roll with it. So the first thing that comes to my mind, of course, is the Mel Brooks song, The Inquisition, let's begin. Second thing that comes into my mind is no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. But then I started thinking about it in a more serious note. And what came to mind is this bizarre parallel. Now, if you actually stop and think, I study Jewish history, I write Jewish biblical fiction, and I think about the entire span of Jewish history. And if I ask the question, who are the two queens that have caused the most damage to the Jewish people over the entirety of our history? The answer that comes to mind is Izebel, who I write about in my series, The Age of Prophecy, and Isabella, the queen during the Spanish Inquisition. And what really struck me a number of years ago, when I stopped to think about that, is these two queens have almost identical names. And the English not so much. Jezebel we translate it as, and Isabella, but there is no J sound in Hebrew. The Jezebel is Izebel, which is very much like Isabella. There's just an A sound at the end. Otherwise, the names are pretty much identical. And what's also fascinating is that how identical their stories are. These are both queens who have very strong religious devotion and don't believe in creating space for religious devotion other than their own version. And they also came to rise at a time, they came to power at a time when there was a lot of mixing, when there was a lot of confusion about who we were as a people, when there was a lot of voluntary moving from our own religion into the religion of the masses, the religion of the populace, the religion of the surrounding countries. And both times these queens came up as total fanatics and started killing in order to enforce their view of the religion and what it has to be. It's like we became confused about who we were, and then these queens, Isabel and Isabella, came to remind us that you better get it straight, because we're not going to tolerate you not having your own vision of who you are. You think you're one of us? You think you're one of there? Well, I'm going to come and I'm going to tell you who you have to be. If you don't choose to be who you are when you have the opportunity, then you know what? I will come through the sword and show you who you have to be. And so that's my little drush on the Spanish Inquisition, and it is a good incentive to actually be more prepared tomorrow before my son comes up, and who knows what topic he will give me tomorrow if I haven't actually thought out what I'm going to talk about in advance. Take care.